Package. Just got my first check from Google, so that's pretty cool. Awesome. Package. So just a little something I grabbed up for myself, an extra Sasquatch. It was only $9 shipped, so I think this is one of the most underrated figures. This is an excellent, really dope Marvel Legends figure. Massive, with mad articulation, nice sculpt, nice paint. I really like this figure a lot. I think this is like my third Sasquatch, but I just grabbed up another one. I was thinking about doing a display with him, so I didn't want to mess with the one I had, and then I had another one in package. So for $9, you can't beat that. Alright, so seeing the movie made me want to break out my Optimus. I actually usually have him displayed in my living room in his vehicle mode. But you know, I just wanted to mess around and take some pictures for Facebook. This is the one Transformer that I own. I did have a lot of G1 Transformers when I was younger. Couldn't tell you where they are now. Kind of wish I would have kept on with that. Been thinking about trying to get back into it for the past like 5 or 6 years, but I just get so confused when I get in the toy aisle and look at Transformers. There's so many series and stuff. Been trying to catch up and watch a lot of different people that do Transformers stuff recently. A.C.B.A. and John, and you know, I enjoy watching the reviews, and I wish I would see more people do more A.C.B.A. with Transformers, but at this stage in the game, I don't know if I could really get fully back into it. But you know, this is the 20th anniversary Optimus Prime. But I think this is a dope figure, man. Mad articulation and just detail, and it's just a great representation of Optimus Prime, man. So I had to grab this when it came out. When this came out, it was like I was collecting a whole bunch of stuff. I was just buying whatever I liked that looked dope. But you know, bringing this out, like seeing the movie made me think about this and want to mess around with it and take some flicks and stuff. But a little more insight into the movie. I thought the movie was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't phenomenal. I thought that one of the best things about it was the 3D. I thought it was epic in 3D. It was a very nice movie to see in 3D. I don't even think it's worth seeing in 2D. If you're going to see it in the theater, you have to see it in 3D. There was a lot of plot holes and different things, and I wish they would have showed a lot more characters. I didn't really particularly care for the new girl that much. Maybe I just like the way Megan Fox looks better. I don't know, but I didn't think her acting was that great. I didn't think the movie was that phenomenal. I thought it was good. It was a nice flick. It's worth going to the movies to see in 3D, but it was just a lot of things that they kind of left out. Wish they would have showed a lot of more characters. I feel like if you didn't really have any knowledge of Transformers, you would have been kind of lost at certain parts. But it was a lot of action, and it was a great movie to see in 3D, but I don't think it was off the charts. I don't think it was the best summer flick yet. I thought this would be the best one, but I don't know. It wasn't phenomenal. It was okay. One thing I forgot to mention that I thought was really interesting was the real world comparison they made with why the United States went to the moon and what happened on the moon. Like, a lot of people believe to this day that we never even went to the moon, or that when we went to the moon there was actually already an extraterrestrial presence there. Some people believe that the presence that was there warned us off the moon, and that's why we never went back. You know, some people believe that we got technology from extraterrestrials, and that's why there's been such a boom or increase over the past 20 years or so in technology. But the way they played on that real world scenario was kind of crazy to me. And not to mention that they had somebody who was almost at the focal point of this debate, Buzz Aldrin, who was in the first manned mission to the moon. And he has flip-flopped about the issue and said that extraterrestrials followed them up and that they saw extraterrestrials and then they didn't. And he was actually in the movie going along with what many people want him to say in real life about the situation. But I thought that was crazy. I thought that was interesting. I thought that part was actually well done. But you know, Hollywood does that a lot. They slowly give you information as to what's real. They put it in with a whole bunch of disinformation, and a lot of it I think is real. But you know, you got to look into that on your own. But I talked about it on my Facebook, and I posted a link to an interesting interview dealing with a little bit of stuff about the moon and a whole bunch of other stuff from a guy named John Lear, who is the son of the person who created the Lear jet. You can check that out on my Facebook if you want to, and you want to get some more insight into it. It's a pretty intriguing, it's really interesting interview. But I just want to touch on that part of the movie. I thought was
package.
Alright, got another Frost Giant here. This was a package from my man Dr. Doom Pool. We did a trade, even trade basically. I picked up something for him and he sent me the Frost Giant. Well, I got to still send his stuff out. But he also included some things for the FSP, which was really dope. Mint on card Marvel Universe Colossus. Mint on card comic series Captain America Red Skull, the 3 3/4 inch. A mint on card Red Hulk Marvel Universe. And a mint on card Carnage here from the SpiderMan series. This is actually that same body mold of the Carnage that was in the original Toy Biz SpiderMan Classic series, and then they reused that mold again for the Fearsome Foes box set. Each time they gave him a different repaint though, and this is just another repaint of that same figure. Really dope figure, great figure. So that was really nice of him. He included a little note in there. Basically just, you know, letting me know that he dropped some stuff in for the donation and that he actually included an extra $5 to pay for my shipping to ship the package to him. So that was really dope, man. Big thanks. FSP is looking great and I got to get his package out. So big thanks to my man Dr. Doom Pool, and let's keep this going, man. Alright. So this was a package here from a gentleman named Mike out in California. Now I was put on to him by ML Collector 4 here on YouTube, and he had told me that that Mike had a Bobby Drake at his store and he was selling them. So I contacted him about the Bobby Drake, and we ended up chopping it up, and then I found out that he had a Dragon Man too. So this was 2 figures on my must get list for this year. I had 3 figures on that list: the Bobby Drake, the Dragon Man, and the Fantastic Four, Hulk Classics Absorbing Man. So I'm super happy to get these 2 figures. They both in excellent condition, pretty much right out of the package. I got them loose, but they both in excellent condition. I paid $100 for the 2 figures. I paid $25 for the Bobby Drake. I paid $75 for the Dragon Man, which is a steal. Dragon Man, it could go for up to $200, $300 online, man. I missed this the first go round. I'm mad happy about this. So try to get these guys in some shots or some setups or something. I'm super happy. Big thanks to ML Collector 4. Big thanks to Mike. So stoked to have this figure, man. Been a long time coming trying to get this guy. Of course, I'm just doing my Facebook thing, taking photos right here. Some of you might not know, but Dragon Man is a part of the Future Foundation right now. He's one of the people in that think tank, I guess you could call it. So I was just messing around with this photo. I'm gonna take this photo. Package. So this was a purchase I made off of eBay. This is the Snapshot Spider-Man from the Toy Biz Spider-Man series. Really happy to get this figure. It's an awesome figure. It'll probably knock out one of my slots for my top 3 Spider-Man from a figure that is very similar though. Pretty much the same figure. This is the Sinister 6 box set Spider-Man. And it's basically, these 2 basically share the same body mold. There are a couple of differences. Now, the head sculpt is a little different. The way the eyes are a little different on both of them. The pattern of the lines, the black lines on his suit is a little different. As you can see, this one has a darker blue and red color scheme, whereas this one is the more classic colors right here. And according to my man Which Ones, this guy has an extra point of articulation. A T-joint, as some people like to call it, which is right above the ab that can like get rotation in the upper torso above the abdomen. And that's something that a lot of more recent Hasbro figures have, but then they don't have any ab articulation. So this figure has them both. About 50 points of articulation from what I understand on this figure, which I'm sure it is, because this is an amazing figure right here as far as articulation. The other difference is that the Sinister 6 box set Spidey has the little webbing on the back. This one doesn't come with that. But these are both really nice figures. But again, I think this is going to take one of my top slots. As it stands right now, my top 3 Spider-Man figures are this Sinister 6 box Spidey, the superposable Spider-Man from the Spider-Man Classics line, which is also known as the McFarlane Spidey, and the Fearsome Foes box set Spider-Man. But like I said, once I get this guy out, I think he's gonna knock out the Sinister 6 Spidey as my top 3. Very similar figures though, both really good. If you could get your hands on either one of them, it'll be great. But I'm really happy to finally get this guy in the more classic colors. So yeah, man, I think the seller that I got him from on eBay had multiple. They had about 19 when I made this purchase. So If you're interested, check it out on eBay. Alright, so I got them open and I got these guys side by side just so I could give y'all a better view of them and the differences. But real quick, I didn't put out a meantime in between time last week. I did put up a video on the ACBA community channel here on YouTube that showed some bonus footage from episode 25, I think it was, and I talked about Junior's stance here, and I actually forgot to talk about his dual stance. So real quick, not only does he make the singular stance here, but there's also dual stance. Now this one I'm just using to place both Spideys on them so you can see them side by side, but usually I use the dual stance to pit two enemies against each other, basically. So you know, I use one, the higher side, to have one enemy advancing on the other, or I use it like this, like I have it here for Ghost Rider, like he's kind of jumping in the air and there's a peg hole under the bottom here, and then I just got it resting there. So the dual ones come in different sizes as well. As you can see, that one's closer together, this one is farther away, and they can be used for different purposes too. So check out that video on the ACBA community channel. There's actually 2 other videos up there too. My man Slings put up a video this past weekend, and Advocate put up a video today, so check those out too. Package. Alright, so this was my package. This is from the China seller. I got another shirtless Wolverine here from the X-Men Classics line. This was like the first line, or the first wave of X-Men Classics, and they did this Wolverine based off Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men. And this one here, I only paid $6 for him, and as you can see, he doesn't have the claws. So this is another really relaxed Wolverine that I had, and I wanted to get another one of these bodies because I actually have one where there's a paint chip on the nose. So I think I may leave this one as is, and then finally swap out the head on my one with the paint chip nose. So this one that I have here in my Marvel Knights Hand Ninja display right here has a chipped nose. So I'm gonna take the head off of that one and replace the second head from the Weapon X Wolverine here, which I think looks much better. You can't really see it too well here in my display, but I'm gonna take that head and put it on the X-Men Classics body without the shirt, with the claws. Here's how it will kind of look, because this is the same body mold right here. The X-Men Classics Wolverine that I just got is the same body mold as the Legendary Riders series Wolverine. Both of them, actually. The one with the wife beater and the one with the leather jacket. So you can see that's the head for the Weapon X Wolverine on that body, and it looks so much better. So I'm gonna use that same head for the shirtless Wolverine, and then I'll just keep this guy as is, without the shirt and without the claws. I think he looks pretty cool, so I'm really happy with that. I actually still got to get another Weapon X Wolverine now, because I only got one of those heads. So if anybody's looking to trade it or get rid of the head or get rid of the entire package, the entire figure and package, then hit me up. But I only paid $6 for this guy. Alright, so getting back to these guys, I just want to discuss the differences a little bit more. The Snapshot Spidey, which is on the left here, has definitely surpassed the Sinister Six Spidey as one of my top 3 Spider-Man. I just like the color scheme and the overall look a little bit better. Although I haven't really broken them in yet, it seems like there might be maybe 2 different points of articulation. Like which one said, there is that T joint at the upper abdomen, but it looks like the joints under his behind his bicep and next to his pecs, that joint can open, and that's how you see I got the stand up in there. Now on this one, it doesn't really open. They do spread really far apart, but it doesn't really open like it does on this Spider-Man. So those are the 2 articulation differences that I see. So this one gives for a little bit more range of motion as far as spreading the arms. I didn't spread them too far on this pose right here, but I think those are the major 2 articulation differences. But I do like both of them a lot, but this head sculpt on the Snapshot Spidey is definitely better, although it doesn't seem like it has the same head and neck articulation. The head and neck articulation on the Sinister Six Spidey seems like it's a little better. So I don't know. It's teetering between the two, but like I said, I still think this one is better overall on the left, the Snapshot Spidey. I would definitely recommend that you get both of them, man. They're really good as far as articulation is concerned. And the webbing on the Sinister 6 Spidey is removable too anyway, so you could take that off if you want. Mine actually tore on the left side here, so that's why I want to get another one. I'll remove the webbing completely from this one and leave it on my other one. Really happy with this figure though. Definitely going to get another one. Yeah, here maybe you could see it a little better. You know, my camera's not the best, but you can see on this one how the joint opens up from the back here almost, which gives it a wider range of motion for spreading out the arms and stuff like that. But on this one, the joint kind of opens on the front more. So I think the above the shoulder, by the ball joint next to the pec, is just a little bit different on the two of them. Now I don't know if it's just because I didn't really break in this one just yet or whatever it is, but that's what it seems to be. The other articulation difference is the way that joint opens up there, and it doesn't seem like it's that much head and neck articulation as it is on this one. This guy can lift his head all the way up and back. There's a joint underneath the neck, and there's a joint here where it'll turn. So again, my camera's shitty and I'm doing this with one hand, but this guy could really get those forward looking poses. Like I said, I don't know if it's just because I didn't break this guy in yet, but they both really dope figures for articulation. Looks like Snapshot Spidey's just a tad bit taller too. You can see his shoulders a little higher, he's a little taller. Seems like I got them pretty much standing straight up. Alright, this has been another episode of Meantime or Between Time. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Come check us out on the ACBA community channel here on YouTube, and come join us on the ACBA group page on Facebook. I think we are at about 340 members on there right now, and maybe close to 400 subscribers on the group page. So things is looking good. This episode was like a combination of the past 2 weeks. Really, I didn't really get to do much displaying. I had a lot going on, and this past weekend I wasn't even here at all. I was away upstate hanging out with family. I'm not sure what's going to happen for MTIT for this week because we're less than a week away from Comic-Con, and I'm definitely trying to bring a lot of footage and a special MTIT during that week. So I might lay off an MTIT this week too. So it may not be no video this Saturday, but I might still do a little display or something like that just to you know, stay with putting out a video on Saturday, but not sure. I was just messing around with a little bit of poses and stuff here. You know, I end all the MTITs like this. That's that dual stand again. You know, just showing you some more possibilities for the stands. I'm really happy with this SpiderMan. That's pretty much it. Balancing act right there. That's just decent posing right there. No peg or anything like that. She's just balanced. But when you got that ankle pivot, then you could do that. And then I did this head swap with the Wolverine. Just ran him under some hot water and popped the head right off. The peg for the Weapon X Wolverine is pretty much the same, so it fits right on there. Easy. A little bit of still motion right there. But yeah, I was just messing around, so I guess I'll talk to y'all in a couple of days, but look out for a special MTIT during the week of Comic-Con, which is beginning on Wednesday, July the 20th. Alright, talk to y'all soon. Peace.